Hey, this is Arsenet from Rambling Rican giving you an update since the last time I had put an update on my site, and just wanted to remind everybody that the episode 12 of Final Stage Podcast is now up. It is on YouTube, iTunes, and of course Podbean, and I finally have that on the brand new Final Stage Podcast website, so it's finalstagepodcast.com. I did migrate over the previous 11, and episode 12 is the one that I just posted last night. In fact, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this. Yeah, it's about normal for me. So anyway, go ahead and look at that. There are some updates from that because I recorded that earlier this week. Sasuke Vietnam is well underway. They are doing, something like 4 or 5 days of just stage 1 runs. There's like over 1,000 competitors, and that's not even including the foreigners. The foreigners are actually competing on Monday. There's actually a lot of foreigners that are coming in, a bunch of Americans, and from all over the place, to China and Taiwan and Netherlands, UK, and yeah, so there's a bunch. The full list is on finalstagepodcast.com and of course on myramblingrican.com. So I'll be talking about that next time I do an update. So yeah, look forward to that, and of course any updates that we find in the interim between the vlogs will be on Sasuke Maniac forums. Okay, next on the list is actually the Nico Nico broadcast. We actually finally have a date. It is Saturday, April 16th. They are a bit coy on who's actually going to be there. I know Yuji's going to be there, and I think Rio runs the actual website, so I would expect that Rio's going to be there as well. I believe Inui is also. I'm not entirely sure, because right now what we're waiting for is the official date of the Osaka audition, because the application for Sasuke 32 is now officially closed. In fact, that was last night for us. And so right now they're compiling which names they're going to be inviting. They do it by city. So the first city that is up is Osaka, and then approximately 1 to 2 weeks after that, at least, historically, it's been about a week or so, they'll be moving camp and going over to Tokyo. So those are the only 2 cities that are going to be set for the auditions. So yeah, we're in Sasuke season right now. So I believe it's actually going to be in Osaka, so they might have actually outed when this is going to be. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's going to be in Osaka on the 16th, so look forward to that, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more questions there, and probably a whole bunch of people going, no, I didn't get the invite! And then quickly after that is actually the Meguro Festival. For those who have been following my site since 2008, there is a festival in the south of Japan that Nagano's company actually is a part of. They're not the ones that run it. But Takasui is the company that Nagano works for, and they usually have like a stand. And with the fame of Nagano, he does sort of like a very small mock Sasuke course, and it's actually pretty cool for the people that are there. Meguro means tuna. So it is a festival of tuna. Yes, the big, 1,000-pound fish. So it's actually pretty cool. So it's sort of like a county fair, if anybody has seen those from the United States. I'm not sure what would be the equivalent overseas. But it's a very small event, but it usually used to get a lot of publicity in TBS in the All-Star heyday. They almost never talk about it now. Okay, so right now the ones that are confirmed, outside of Nagano of course, is Takeda, Shingo, Asa, and I can't remember the last one for the life of me, and I don't have it in my notes, so yeah, if I remember I'll put that on the list. And of course I will be following that intently every year. I usually do, and write an actual blog on it, because usually there's a lot of people that take fantastic photos. So yes, I'll be looking forward to that. That is at the end of this month. And then speaking of the end of the month, on April 19th is the end of the IndieGogo campaign, which as of this exact recording is about 11 days away. I would assume by the time I finally have this up, it'll be 10 days away. Either way, it's very, very fast. So I am sitting at 30%. Thank you for those who have contributed. The needle's actually starting to move again. So I have been getting a lot of questions. So what I'm going to start doing first is going through my YouTube questions and then other questions that have been either sent privately or through SMF or Twitter. And yeah, so I'm going to start working on those. So I'm going backwards from the last time that I did the vlog. So thanks again for all the people that have actually seen the State of Sasuke interviews. And of course, yes, thank you, Rachel and June. I had a lot of fun as well. So I'm really looking forward to watching Sasuke, and I'm really happy that you guys know about it this time. So as I get the actual date, I will let you know when that's actually on TV. So yeah. Then John the Great 8000. John always goes through either my blogs or my YouTube. And this one, let's see. He says, Sportsman #1 aired first. Bansuke. I now have to get used to that. Bansuke started in 1995, while Sportsman started airing in 1993. Yes, he is correct. And I was trying to figure out if it was Sportsman first and Bansuke second. And yes, Sportsman was definitely first. It was not tied to the same show. Bansuke was its own thing. But in terms of history, Sportsman #1 was definitely the first. And that was also the one that aired during New Year's, which was the whole point of me, interrupting June, which I shouldn't have interrupted, but yeah, that's what I ended up doing on the interview. And then yes, oh god, let me see if I got this right. Lachlan Dugan? And I'm sure he'll laugh at me in SMF. I think it's Lachlan Dugan. Okay. Either way, if I have that incorrect, please correct me. Yes, I was actually surprised that Rachel and June got. They're really, really cool. I am so happy they were willing to do that, because it's such a unique dynamic to be able to get people that are living in Japan that can speak English and know about the show. It was just, I usually get like one, possibly two, but not all three. So I'm ecstatic, and considering how extremely busy they are, I am very, very, very happy that they agreed to do that. So yay, thank you very much. Okay, then John the Great 8000 again. Correction, when Sasuke was on Kinniku Bansuke, they had it on for 2 hours, and even that, I guess, Tournament 10, when Kinniku Bansuke had died, it still was 2 hours. Sasuke was part of Kinniku Bansuke for the first tournaments, by the way. Yes and no. The first Sasuke was under an hour. I know that for an absolute fact. Over time, it started to get a bit... In fact, once it started going outdoors, they made the tournament a lot bigger. And yes, when it died, in fact, it was 2 hours until Sasuke 19. And then from that point, it started getting, 2.5, 3 hours. And then the one that really broke the mold was Sasuke 24, which was 5 hours long. And then from that point, they kind of pulled it to 4 hours. And they've been at 4 hours from that point on, which was Sasuke 26, because Sasuke 25 was also short. But from 26 and on, it was 4 hours solid each time, and there's been very little variation. But the early Sasuke was 1 hour, and got confirmation from Inui from that, and I'm slowly but surely getting some of the earlier Sasukes to get a feel of what it was like earlier. As I'm writing the book, I'm starting to get more feedback from other competitors, and actually getting some footage to see what it looked like. And yeah, it was an hour. So the second part of that was correct, the first part was not. Sorry. Then Pixel Brethren, oh, there's the guy who looks like Koji. Actually, Koji's younger, so it'd be the other way around. Koji looks like Yuji. And then Gabriel Riyadi? That's a cool last name. Says, Mantap. And then I had to look this up. I know it was Malay, but Mantap means steady, secure, solid, but basically cool. So yes, Mantap. Then Universal Tuber, I hope the Indiegogo campaign is a success, Arsenet. I'll help in any way I can. And yes, you did. Thank you very much. I did see the video that you did. Really, really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that, and still, I've gotten actually a lot of questions from your video, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, and Venus as well. Thank you very much for doing the video. I thought that was so cute. I've actually seen Tenchi Muyo. Either way, thank you guys for going out of your way to do videos and stuff to try to get as much visibility to this campaign. I really do appreciate it. Just be careful not to get you guys in trouble. I know some people were kind of look like, this is crowdfunding, but this is what I'm stuck doing, so yeah. I really do appreciate you guys doing this. I know I keep saying that over and over and I sound like a broken record, but it's true! Then there's Andrew Hawk Flame. I have a few questions. So does one photo with a signature cost $50, or as many as you want cost $50? Or all the competitors guaranteed Yuji, Nagano, Takeda, and Shingo? Okay. I've gotten a lot of questions on this because there were two pieces of information that were mixed together, and I understand what, as soon as I said it, I knew it was probably going to cause some confusion. Okay. In general, the guarantee, the way I'm doing this, because it is a fundraiser, I am charging $50 for one photo. However, when I have extras, I spread it out evenly among all of the contributors. So for example, I would assume, I think it was 10 photos last time that were guaranteed and people paid individually for just 10 photos. I got all of those, but I still had extra. So I started going with the ones that had just had photos, and I sent anywhere between 3 to 5 depending on what I had left. Some were signed, some were not, but in general, the way I have this set up is I'm trying to protect myself just in case the worst thing happens. So the worst things happen is where it's rainy, there's people basically hiding in their cars, and I'm not going to be chasing people down because yeah, that's just chaos. So for the people that have actually said, yes, I'm going to do this, are the 3 of the All-Stars, which are Nagano, Takeda, and Shingo. Then the other 2 champions, Yuji and Morimoto. And then the other Sasuke stars, Tomo and Shinya. All of those have said that they will sign for. So when I arrive in Japan, they are already knowing that I'm gonna come up to them with things to sign, and it's gonna, oh, okay, I remember that. And that's how it happened the last time that I was there. So they're like, oh, okay, so it wasn't this strange, like I had to explain the entire thing. They knew it and they're expecting it, so it should be a whole lot easier. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to get anybody else, because that was my other question. And this from SMS. When I think about which autographs I'm interested, the first few to come to mind as favorites aren't in those groups, meaning the All-Stars or the Shinserai. I realized that they aren't guarantees on the autograph draws. I'm curious if they would even be considered. I'm thinking people like Kong and Torisawa primarily. And yeah, like for example, the last time I had gotten Kong, I'd gotten Shingo, and I had gotten Ryo and Yuji. None of those were in my guaranteed list. I only had 3 in my guaranteed list the last time. But once I was there and they saw it, it's like, oh, this looks cool. Oh, this is for fans. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you. And then they would sign it. But again, I don't want to be presumptuous and going like, hey, I'm just going to go over. People paid me money for this and you should sign this for me. What if they don't want to? What if they think the whole thing's weird, or they're in a bad mood, or I have 5 minutes to get to a car? No, I want to make sure that when I do this, I'm not inconveniencing everybody. Now, am I going to try to take as many photos as I can? Oh, heck yeah. And I'll show you some of these, where I already started printing some out that at least were friendly the last time, and some other ones that, oh god, I hope I'll be able to get. So the safe side is I am charging $50 for one photo, with the hope that I get more. But like for example, I already had someone that paid for 3 separate photos. Those are 3 guaranteed photos. So in the worst situation, those 3 she's definitely going to get. So at the same time, it benefits me because that's $150 that's going towards my campaign, which helps a lot because that's how we got to 30% right now. I still need 70%, but that's an entirely separate subject, which I will tackle now. So I have about 10 or 11 days to raise the extra $3,000. Now, there's a couple things that I want to make sure. The campaign is definitely flexible this time. It is not fixed like it was last time. Meaning that at the end of it, if I don't receive all of it, I get to keep everything. Only difference is I'm going to get charged a little higher. I think it goes from 5% to 9% that IndieGogo takes, but the rest of it will be sent to me. In the event that the money that I receive is not high enough to cover the basic things, like I had to pay a little bit of airfare, I need to pay for a week's worth of hotel accommodations and transportation because I have to taxi just about everywhere when I'm in Midoriyama because that's out in the sticks. So if I don't have enough for all of that, I would probably refund all of the money entirely. That is at least giving me the opportunity, if I am close but not quite 5,000, I'm still going to be able to get everything done. But in the event that it doesn't, and all this basically doesn't work, I will refund all the money. It's just as simple as that. I don't like asking for people's money to begin with, and if I don't get it, I'm not gonna take your money. It's just as simple as that. I'm not gonna do it. So I'll keep everybody updated as to how things are going. I'm not gonna be receiving anywhere near the amount that I had for airfare at this point. I am looking into alternative plans to try to make that happen, but we still have 10 or 11 days, so I am hoping a miracle happens, and hopefully the next time I talk to you about this particular thing, I won't have to worry about it. In the event that I don't reach the goal, and it's still like 1 or 2 days, I can just instantly refund that and you won't get charged anything. If it gets to the point where it's past it and I'm still close, I will let you know if I'm going to keep all of it and then work from there. And if basically the worst happens, you'll instantly get your money back. No questions asked. It's just, I'm not keeping all your money if I'm not going. So, yeah. So that's where we are right now, and I hope this didn't add any more questions, but if you do have more questions, please contact me any way you can. I am a member of SMF. I have a Twitter. I now have an Instagram. That's Rambling Rican, and of course you can always contact me through sending questions on the IndieGogo itself, since that has direct access to me. So yes, if you have any questions. Some people have actually also asked me for different types of photos. Like, for example, some people were very interested in the Nagano photos or the Shingo photos or the Takeda photos. So specifically for the All-Stars, one of the additions is the Meguro Festival is at the end of the month. And usually I get fabulous photos out of that. So I'm willing to wait in terms of photos for events like those, or if there is a specific photo that you have always wanted signed, I'm fine with doing that. You know, the whole point is I'm thankful that anybody is sending me any money to be able to make me, you know, get to my goal. And so if I can find a way that you are happy with, that's reasonable, I'm more than happy to entertain the idea. I've had a couple other people that said, well, if I send you this, can you have that signed? And I'm entertaining that. So we'll see what happens. So I'm hoping still that, you know, a miracle happens, that we do get closer to the goal, and that, you know, my backup to the airfare will work out. But in the meantime, I'm just working as hard as I can, and please, when you share this, again, I've mentioned that before, don't spam forums or anything like that. Just send it to people that you think may be able to, even a little bit, because people were saying, well, I don't have $100 for a t-shirt or whatever. By the way, there's 7 of those left. And others were like, okay, you know, I can probably give you $10, $15. Well, I'll take it. Thank you. I appreciate that. And everybody that is, even, you know, how high and how low are contributing to both of my fundraisers, the one last year and the one this year. All of you guys, I'm putting you in the book, because I would have never been able to go last year, and with this one, I wouldn't be able to go anywhere without all of your help. So yeah, anything you can think of, I'll be more than happy to. Just careful that you don't, get yourself banned from, like, Facebook or something like that. Or, whatever communities you're in, or in Reddit and whatever. Just be a little smart with it. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but don't get yourself, in trouble because of it. Over the years, some people have probably not liked my style, specifically because I am not a lover of A&W. They don't understand that I love the people in A&W. I just don't like how NBC treats it. And yes, I'm vocal about it, and no, I'm not going to change that. That's what my opinion is. But because of that, I have a reputation. So I can understand that people are kind of look at me sideways going, why would you ask us for this? And yeah, I have been asked point blank. All I have to do is go to Reddit and read that. So I want to make sure that you guys aren't hit with whatever negativity comes in with, asking Rambling Rican. But in the meantime, I appreciate all of your support, even those that are like, I can't get my mom to do this. It's like, don't get yourself in trouble. Thank you for your support. The fact that you guys even read my blog, or listen to these videos, or anything, or read my tweets, I appreciate your support, because it means a lot. I do this because I love sharing my passion for this show, and it's rare to find like-minded people, especially for a show so niche, especially for a show that doesn't even air in the United States. And as of, 4 years ago, worldwide. So yeah, I'm just so thankful that anybody is even doing what they can to try to spread the word of this campaign. And hopefully I'll have better news. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me and I'll look at them. So in the meantime, thank you for listening, and I'll see you then.